Hello everyone, my name is No Hopes, and today, there we go, I'm going to be doing a basic tutorial on how to start a PMDG 737 NGX 800 model, so 737 800 model, from cold and dark all the way to getting proficient and ready to take off. So there's not a lot to it. It's actually kind of easy. I'm going to be showing a shorter method of how to do this. Sorry there. And it's kind of basic actually. It's not challenging, and I think you guys will really like it. There is a longer way to do it, but I like doing the shorter way. It's much nicer. And if you don't have FS to crew, it just makes if you don't have FS to crew, it's just so much harder. So it's kind of nice having a shorter one. So we're going to start off with checking that our parking brake is set. It is not. So we're going to pull it back and into the set position. First things first, you're going to, let's change over to the panel here. And you're going to see our DC, or just our battery section. First thing we're going to do is we're going to bring some power to the plane, and we're going to use the DC battery. And so now that we have that, we're going to want to get our APU fired up so we can get off the battery as soon as possible. So we're going to be turning on the forward #1 pump. As you can see, it's #1 right there. We're going to turn that on, and we're just going to wait till that turns on. Goes away from low pressure, and actually I don't think we're gonna wait for that. And then you're going to see the APU section right here next to all these lights. So it says low pressure here. That's good. That means it's responsive. And you're just gonna click that start button, and you're gonna look at this EGT right here, this little dial, and we're gonna wait for it to go to between 6 and 8, and then it's gonna drop down. And then this light over here that says APU Gen off bus, that is going to turn on. So as you can see, it's starting to climb. It's going, and it's going. There we go. Now it's going to reach the top here. There we go. It stops at about 7.2. That's what it's looking at. Yeah, 7.2 or so for me. It might be different for you. I'm not really sure. Now it's slowly going back down. Slowly. Now we're just going to wait for this APU Gen off bus light to turn on, and then we can start. Then we can turn all these two APU switches on, and that's going to give us that nice, glorious sound. So now that we're here, we're going to be turning on our probe, or our position lights, to probe and steady, and our anti-collision lights, because our APU is turned on and we're receiving power, that we're just going to have those on. Anti-collision lights on. Okay. Next thing on the checklist, emergency exit lights. So that's right above the chime. Just close that, just arm that bad boy. So now we're going to have the emergency exits on the plane, so on the wing. Also the one right there. You can't really see it because the jetway is attached. By the way, we are currently at KSEA, or SeaTac International Airport. Just to show you guys what it looks like, I am flying American Airlines at an Alaska Airlines gate. Don't get mad at me. I just kind of want to represent the virtual airlines I fly for. We are at the end gates. This is November 1. Oh, no, that's not good. I don't know, it happens from time to time, I guess. Whoops, pressed the wrong button, there we go. Oh dear. Well, it looks fine from in here, okay. Anyway, so now that we've turned our emergency exit lights on, I just kind of want to show you which airport we were at. You're going to go to your FMC, and this is going to be different from when you normally start it up. So You're going to clear the scratch pad. You're going to click FMC. You're going to click position initial. Press clear so you can clear the scratch pad again. Oh gosh, where is it? And then, oh wait, I know, I messed up. I'm very sorry. You have to go to this, so let's go to our main, and you have to change our IRS to nav. And now it's going to align on the right and the left. I don't know why I forgot that basic step. And there we go. So now it's going to tell us to set our IRS position. So currently you can see the panels aren't loaded. So we're going to copy the one that's at the top, and we're going to post it right down there. And that should do it. I don't know why it's not loading. Come on. There we go. So now it's loaded up the panels. It just took a minute. And so now you're going to go through your entire FMC page. I'm not going to go through that right now just because it takes a while, and that's not what this is about. This is about getting you ready from cold and dark to being able to take off. So now we're going to go back up to our overhead panel, and we're just going to go through the columns. First thing, yaw damper needs to be turned on. Wait for the light to go out. Now all fuel pumps, we're going to turn those on. Wait for the low pressures to go away. Central fuel pumps on, only if you're doing long flights. Let's pretend like we are. Crossfeed off, that's good. All these navigations, just going to keep them where they are. Window and probe heat. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one. This one should be all perfectly good for now. These, if you're at night, you can turn them on. It's morning where we are right now, so you can change the overhead panel lights. This is fine. Let's turn the seatbelt sign on. Okay, now we're going to go back up to the top. And window heats. This is important because let's say so one thing that's important with planes is that it's kind of like anything like that you know of. If it gets really cold, and it can shatter like ice, so it'll act as if the windows are ice. So if the windows are not heated and you're up at a very high altitude, and let's say something hits it, I don't really have a great example, but like, let's say, how about this one? You're on the runway and you're taking off and a rock hits the window. I don't know how that would exactly happen, but that might break the glass. That's not a good thing. But with the heated windows, it'll increase the chances of it just bouncing off, or let's say you're in midair pretty high up and you hit some kind of bird. That could shatter the glass easily, but with the heated windows, the chances that the glass would be more, I don't know what, I guess malleable, but that refers more to metals. But it has the ability to bend before breaking, so it's going to save them. Next thing, anti-ice, only needed on flights, I think, that require it. So we're just going to keep that off for now. Electrics on. So we're just going to wait for those to go off. There we go. Set. Now we're going to, you can hear those electrics turn on. That's kind of cool. So now we're going to start up them engines, you know. Okay. So this is the big boy stuff. So you're going to set as now you know you have fuel flow because they're on and they do not have low pressure in any of them. That's good. So now we're going to set the ignition to right and then click on ground power, or on ground to this. And then you're going to see it's going to start spooling up here. So I'm going to change my view. So I'm just going to bring up both of these panels. So it shows you N2%, which is the back fan. The back fan is going at 27%. And so now that this has hit 3, this is very important. So when N1 goes to 3.0 or higher, you're going to go down here, and this is you have your 2 cutoff switches. Let me find a better angle to view those at. Here we go. You have your 2 cutoff switches. Now, since we're starting the right or second engine, you're going to turn that cutoff on. And now so now you're going to see this is going to rise more. The N1 and N1's going to rise, EGT is going to rise, engine temperature, fuel flow is going to go up and then back down. Oil pressure is going up. All good signs. And now we're just going to wait. So we have this knob right here. We're just going to wait for that to turn to off. That's good. And I did not click on it. It's just going to turn back on its own. So now we're going to go to left. We're going to select it to ground. So now it's at 14 degrees engine temperature. Now it's at 1%. Going to wait for it to get over 3. N2's rising. That's good. 0 fuel flow. That's good. That means we haven't opened it up yet. So now we're just we have opened up the fuel valve, I should say. So it's still on cutoff, not on idle. And now it's hit 3.0 right there. So we can change from cutoff to idle. Right there. So yeah, we're just going to wait for this to spool up. We're going to have to wait for these start valve open. We're going to have to wait for that to go off on its own. So engine temperature is going to get really close to 400. That's good. 21.2, that's good, that's good. We're all looking at normal status. Fuel flow's rising. Oil pressure's rising. Oil temp's rising. Oil quality's rising. Vibrations? I think that stands for vibrations. I'm not really sure. I should know that. Okay. There we go. We're looking good. We're looking good. Fuel flow. And that turned off just now. So now we are going to go to here again. Now we're going to deal with, oh dear, that's not centered now. It's close enough. Okay, so now we're going to go into this final section. And first things, you're going to have to turn the circuit valves. We're going to start with the left and then right. Let's click on them, set them to auto. Going to hear that turn on. That's good. Now you're going to turn your left pack and right pack to auto. Now you can see that meter's moving, so then we're going to turn the isolation valve to auto. Good. Then let's see what else. Okay. Gen 1 and Gen 2 on. So we just turned on the bus transmissions. So the now the plane is receiving power from the engines themselves. So now we can go, let's see, next thing on our checklist, APU button to off. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong button. There we go. That's the off button I was looking for. So down here, by the taxi on the lines with the lights, we can also set that to both. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. And now we can turn the APU bleed off. Beautiful. Now, for the next things, I'm not going to do it from that view because that doesn't look very good. So yeah, this is a good view. So now we're looking at the view that's supposed to be looking onto this panel. Just looking up. So here's our autopilot section. Set your V1 V rotate plus 10 or V2 plus 10. Most important thing, auto throttle, that says A/T arm. That's what it says. Excuse me. That's very important. And then you're going to turn flight director for pilot on, and on the other side, flight director on for the other side. That's very important. So that means it's going to show up right over here on your PFD or primary flight display, your vectors and all that important things. So let's just switch it off and you can see it. So it just says flight director on there, but you'll notice when you're flying, I'm sure. Let's see, what else do we have to do? Auto brake set to RTO, so that stands for rejected takeoff. And then once you've taken off, obviously set it back to off. And set your flaps. I'm not going to be taking off today, but I'm going to be setting my flaps to 5 degrees. So 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, set to 5 degrees. Oh, whoops, my bad. 5 degrees right there. Trim within the green. So we'll just set it right on 5. So as long as it's within the green, which is takeoff trim, we're completely fine. So now for the final things, let's go to a more appropriate view. There we go. We're going to turn the logo light on, wing lights on, wheel well lights on, taxi lights on, runway turn off, I don't know if you're supposed to have that, landing, don't need those, let's just turn on runway lights. Final things, set your flight altitude. So let's pretend like we're going all the way across the country, 34,000 feet or something. Landing at, let's say we're going to, I don't know, let's just think of something random. Chicago O'Hare. Most of their runways are about 670. So we're going to round to the nearest tenth. That's going to be 650. Yeah, that's right. And that's it, guys. If you follow this step by step, you will have completely started your plane completely. I mean, this isn't the proper way to do it. It will work. It will work completely fine as long as you have fuel in the plane and it's in working condition. The full one takes much longer, probably like 30 to 40 minutes, and this one takes about 10 minutes, which is kind of nice. And I could do it much faster, but I wanted to explain the things to you guys. So yeah, I didn't set any of the dials here. That's not really important. Let's just keep them at the standard 110,000. That goes as high as you feel necessary. That's really it, guys. So thank you very, very, very much for watching this tutorial. Please leave a like if you enjoyed watching it. And oh, also, almost forgot, we're going to be taking off, so we're going to be going Shift E to close that door, and then Control J to move the jetway back away from us. So yeah, it's just an auto jetway. Works on any gate that you're at that has an auto jetway. So then if you go outside, which to our invisible plane, kind of weird. Right, isn't that weird how now the Alaska Airlines logo, or American Airlines, sorry. I'm used to being American Airlines at this gate, or Alaska. I'm used to being at Alaska Airlines at this gate. That's what I meant to say. So, as being an American, I said Alaska. because I'm used to being at as an Alaska plane. But isn't that weird how the logo looks like that, even though, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting, and how the cockpit loads like that. I don't know, I'm just rambling on, but that looks so weird. Yeah, well, thank you very, very much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, especially the comments. I mean, that's, like, I don't get paid money when people comment on it. I don't get paid money when people subscribe. Don't get paid money when people like it, even. But the comments, that's the most important thing. I love feedback. That's the most important thing to me, because then I get to learn what you guys like. If you guys want requests, just shoot me a message, send me an email. I'll have all that stuff posted in there, or actually just contact me on Google Plus if you just go plus No Hopes Gaming or whatever it is. Yada da da da, whatever you want to send me, and hook me up with what you want to say. But as always, guys, have a great day, and happy flying. That's all I have to say to you guys. One of the most enjoyable things I've ever done in my life is sim, and I can't wait to be a real pilot. But yeah, guys, happy flying. No Hopes, signing off.